Good morning, Hayom Yom, Sivan. So today's Hayom Yom is perhaps the most important and the most relevant Hayom Yom in the entire book. And that is in the year 1941, on Erev Rosh Chodesh Sivan, a little more than a year after the Friediker Rebbe came to America, the Friediker Rebbe launched a campaign to wake up the Jewish people, to awaken the Jewish people, to make them wake up and rediscover themselves. And the slogan for this campaign was La'alter Teshuvah, La'alter Geula. If we, the Jewish people, will do Teshuvah immediately, then Moshiach will come immediately. Because it says that through doing Teshuvah, Moshiach will come. And Moshiach is coming, but we want to speed up the process. We want to make it happen as swift as possible. We want to move up the date. So if we do Teshuvah right now, then Moshiach will come right now. And this was in the midst of the Holocaust, and this was the Friediker Rebbe's response. Let's do Teshuvah together, let's do Teshuvah right now, and let's speed up the Chevli Mashiach process, let's speed up the painful process that precedes the awesome birth, that precedes the coming of Mashiach, and that way we can get straight to the point, straight to the goal, straight to Mashiach. Let's do it right now. And the Friediker Rebbe started publishing this slogan of La'alter Teshuvah, La'alter Geula in publications and newspapers and magazines on Erev Rosh Chodesh Sivan 1941. And this actually started the Moshiach campaign, which we are on till today, which the Rebbe picked up and really started this singular focus on Moshiach, and that's what it's all about. And we have to stay focused and cut to the chase and at all costs bring Moshiach to finally end the Galus and to finally bring Moshiach. And a few weeks after this campaign was started, so on Yud Ches Sivan, which is today's anniversary, the Friediker Rebbe wrote a letter to somebody, and that is where today's Hayom Yom is taken from. And the Friediker Rebbe wrote to them, I'm sure that you saw the slogan in the newspapers. And he said, you need to, and I want you, to spread the slogan, to spread the line, to spread the message to as many Jews as possible. Which by extension would mean that it's all of our obligations and responsibilities and duty to spread today's Hayom Yom, to spread the message of today's Hayom Yom to as many Jews as possible, to every Jew we know. And the Friediker Rebbe said that right now, we are in the time of Ikvased the Mashiach Mamish. And the term Ikvased the Mashiach comes from the Gemara, but it means the time that will precede the coming of Mashiach. And there's many times in Jewish history which have been referred to as Ikvased the Mashiach. But they've been referred to Ikvased the Mashiach in a very broad sense. In a sense, from the Churban, from the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, the second half of Jewish history, in a very broad general sense, that has all been Ikvased the Mashiach. That has all been leading up to and building up to Mashiach. And then, in a more specific way, since the time of the Baal Shem Tov, it's a little bit referred to as Ikvased Mashiach, and the Alter Rebbe's time is a little bit referred to as Ikvased Mashiach. But says the Friediker Rebbe, this is Mamish Ikvased Mashiach. It's really happening now. We are now in the most important and crucial time in human history. We're in the closing chapter of human history. We are in the final act of human history. And if the Friediker Rebbe said that now, if the Friediker Rebbe said that then imagine right now we're literally seconds away, we are moments away from Mashiach. We are at the end of the run. We are on the last page where the whole book comes together. All of human history comes together. And the Friediker Rebbe said, in this crucial time, in this most important time in all of human history, we can't just sit back. We have a duty. We have an obligation. We have a responsibility right now. And it is the responsibility of every single person, of every single Jew. It's my responsibility. It's your responsibility, he said, to do right now the ultimate act of Ahavas Yisrael. The ultimate act of looking out for our fellow humans, for our fellow Jews. And he said the ultimate act of Ahavas Yisrael, the ultimate act of looking out for everyone else right now, is to let everyone know what's happening. Tell everyone this message. Inspire everybody else to wake up, to do Teshuvah, to get involved, to rediscover the Judaism right now in this crucial moment. And he said that way, God forbid, nobody will be unfortunate enough to sleep through when Mashiach comes, to be sleeping when Mashiach arrives, to be excluded and miss out when all the Jews march to Mashiach. Very powerful words. And the Friediker Rebbe said that when you spread the message to people, that will make people do Teshuvah, and the specific examples he gave is that will inspire people to put on tefillin, to keep Shabbos, to keep family purity, to keep kosher, and to give their children a Jewish, genuine, authentic Jewish education. And he said that's what's going to happen. And then the Friediker Rebbe concluded by saying something very, very crazy. The Friediker Rebbe said that when the Jews left Egypt, so it says that during the 3 days of intense darkness, so 4/5 of the Jews died out then. And the Friediker Rebbe says their sin was not all the other sins they did, which was terrible, but that wasn't the problem. That's not why they died. Why they died, what their sin was, is they didn't believe in the coming of Mashiach. They didn't believe Mashiach was coming. They didn't believe in Moshe's promise of Geula. And he said, God forbid, no Jew today wants to be part of the Jews that died during the 3 days of darkness. No Jew wants to be one of those Jews who died right before Gula, right before Moshiach, who fell in the 3 days of darkness right before Moshe took the Jews out of Egypt. And the Friediker Rebbe concluded, I am certain and I believe and I know that every single Jew today is not like that. Every single Jew believes in Mashiach. Deep down, every Jew knows Mashiach is coming. Every Jew believes in Mashiach. And he said, therefore, when you talk to Jews about Mashiach, when you tell Jews, do Teshuvah, Mashiach is coming, every Jew is going to get on board. Every Jew is going to get inspired because every Jew deep down and intuitively knows it's true and feels it. And it feels and is in tune that Mashiach is coming. And it could be a little bit misinterpreted, this letter, but many, many times the Rebbe said and clarified very clearly, he said, there is something very unique, very different about the current Gula, the Gula of Mashiach, and the previous Gula, the Gula from Mitzrayim. He said, in the Gula of Mitzrayim, you needed to be worthy. And if you weren't worthy, you got left behind, you died. And 4/5 of Jews actually died. But he said, the current Gula, the Gula of Mashiach, not a single Jew will ever be left behind. Mashiach will not leave one Jew behind. Mashiach will look after every last Jew, make sure every last Jew comes on board and experiences Mashiach, and it's all together. It's all or nothing. And the Rebbe once talked about this, and he said something very, very powerful, very interesting. He said, this idea that it's all or nothing, Mashiach is for every single Jew, it's a double-edged sword, because on the one hand, it's great. That means no Jew is going to be left behind, no Jew is going to fall behind and be a straggler. But he said it also means Mashiach can't come until every Jew is reached, until every Jew has been touched, until Chassidus has reached and touched every Jew. Every Jew has done Teshuvah to a certain extent, has been reawoken to a certain extent. And he said, therefore, the most important thing, the only thing that matters now, what we have to focus on, is spreading Chassidus to every corner of the world, to every single Jew. And he said, we have to spread Chassidus b'mesiras nefesh, even if it's uncomfortable, even if we're not in the mood, even if it's painful, even if it's hard. This is all that matters. This is the only thing that matters, to spread Chassidus to every Jew we know, to reach every Jew, and that way Mashiach can come, because Mashiach can only come when every Jew is ready for him to come. So let's bring Mashiach together. God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.